Welcome to Colors in Motion, and today we are talking about basic color correction and basic editing with Lightroom. So if you are new here, do subscribe my channel and like my videos if you obviously like it, and do leave a comment on my comment section to let me know what you are thinking and how you are thinking about my tutorials. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so opening up Lightroom, you can get this view. Like you will have this view. There is some windows and some options are going on. That is, there is some tabs here: library, develop, map, book, slideshow, print. So mainly we will be working with these two, library and develop. So I don't have any kind of, I don't use Lightroom too much. That's why I don't have any kind of any image in my library right now. So what we do, we just go and hit import. It will take time, it will take some time, and it will import the image to your Lightroom library. Then what we'll do, we'll hit to develop, or you can press D from your keyboard to move into develop. Just press D and develop tool. Alright, so in develop tool you have this thing, histogram. Just collapse it. Alright, you have histogram, you have some adjustment tools, you have these panels right here. So you have basic, tone curve, HSL, color BW, split toning, detail, lens correction, transform, effect, and camera calibration. And on the left hand side you have this navigator, collapse it, and you have presets. One more thing, that is that you can use your own preset. Like you can alright, let me just show you. And if you click on this little dialog box, little arrows, it basically hides away things to make more room for your editing. So what I'll do, just go there and click this to show up. First things first, I'll work with basic. Alright, so there is three things. You have this white balance section, then you have this adjustments area, and then you have clarity, vibrance, and sharpness area. So what I do, I will just grab this color picker and will select the whitest spot present in my image. So what it basically do, just look at the sliders. It's at 58, 50, and +1. And if I click on this white spot, look at this, it shifted the value a bit. What it does basically, it samples this white part and made the white balance adjustment according to this white part of this image. Alright, so alright, nice. Let me just open up my Instagram, and it is a good habit to click on this position. What it do basically, if you like go up and if you blow up your image, it will warn you like this. It will give you this kind of patches on your extreme white part, so that you can, like, you know what you are doing and not to overdo with highlights. And for this and with the black, alright, as you can see, if you like do this too much, Lightroom will warn you that this part is going to be too much black and there would be no detail present on this part. So that is a good habit to stay in between these two peak positions. So that's why I've just checked this on right here underneath the histogram. Besides, so lens size, I mean focal length, and aperture and shutter speed. Alright, enough chit chat. Now with the sliders. So exposure, what exposure do? It basically controls the lightness of your image. Alright, this is good. Contrast, I'm just going to lower the contrast quite a bit. I don't want too much contrast image. I don't like too much contrast image. -100 looks good to me. And highlight slider completely deals with highlight section. So if I crank this up, check this part right here. If I crank this up, it will highlight the highlighted part. It will more highlight the highlighted part. And if I drop this, it will just remove the highlights from the image. So 0 is good right there. And for shadows, if I go -100, it will darken up the shadow part like this, and if I go +100, it will just open up the shadow part and will give me some details on the shadow. 0 +100. That is it with shadow and highlights. And white helps to enrich the white section of your image. And to use white, it is a good habit to press Alt and then press white, so that you can see, like if I go up, I've already pressed Alt. I'm pressing Alt and sliding this thing up, and you can see this white patch. So that means if you go on this value +69, you will get a big white patch on your image. If I just remove my finger from Alt, alright, look at this, you have this. So what we need to do is just to lower the value so that the white patch is not there, and then you can play around from 0 to in this value. I mean 0 would be your lower value and 64 would be your upper value. So 64 is too much for my image. I will drop this quite a bit. 55 is good. And same for black. Press Alt, click on black, and you will see this white. And if you drop the black value, you can see these colors on the middle right hand side and lower left hand side. So that means you need to go back. Alright, -17 is my upper value, and -17 looks good. I'm not touching the clarity right now. I will boost up my vibrance a bit just to give it a overall color tone. +50. Reds are red, blues are blue. Good, that's good. Alright, I'm done with my basic. I'm not touching anything. Alright, then tone curve. Alright. There is two things basically present in tone curves. You can see this thing, right? If you click on this, you can have this like slider things. I don't like sliders to use my tone curve. That's why I click on this, and I can then control this like this. And one more thing, to undo any kind of adjustment, just double click on that and it will be basically undone. So what, and alright, one more thing present. Tone curve is basically a nice and vast area to work with. So you can see there is a picker and it says adjust point curve by dragging in this photo, in the photo. Alright, so if you click this and if you move your cursor on your image, you can see like this thing. So if you move your mouse across your image, you can see that the point present in tone curve is shifting up and down diagonally. So alright, look at this. I want to adjust my C brightness. So what I do, I just go to my C portion, I'll click and I'm just dragging it down a bit. I know it is affecting my whole image because this is my mid-tone section. That is why it is affecting my image. And I want to boost up this guy a bit. I'll click and will back a bit. And I want some contrast in my sky. Good. And with the red, obviously. Not too much, just a bit. Alright, so that is basically it with the tone curve. And you can always go to this channel and change to red, green and blue. So what this red channel does is basically if you go up like this, it will make your image more reddish. If you go down, it will make your image more cyan or greenish. And for green, if you go up, it will be green. If you go down, it will be magenta. And for blue, if you go up, it will be blue, and if you go down, it will be yellow. So I always love to crush my blacks. That's why I'm just crushing my blacks a bit. Yes, that is good there. So, and if you click on this thing, it says turn off tone curve adjustment. So that is the before, that is after, before and after. And in HSL, okay. So HSL stands for hue, saturation and luminance or luminance. And you have this color range here. So for saturation, you have red, orange, yellow, green, every color present in this image, or every standard color, primary colors. Again, the picker, pick this, go there, and you can see it already selected the red channel. Red is highlighted. So if you pull this up, the red will be more saturated. And for this, there is orange. I'm just like that maybe. And for blues, yeah, blue a bit. And this is, yes, blue, more blue. And if you go there, it says blue. Alright, it's blue. If you go there, it will be green or aqua. Yes, it's aqua. I'm just pushing it a bit. Skin color, good. That's good there. And for luminance, luminance is the lightness of the image. So if you go again, click on this, pick this, go there, and if you like move up your cursor, move up your mouse, it will be more vibrant or more prominent with the light, with the lightness of red. And for blue, same. Just going to drop the blues from this because I want dark sky. I know this tutorial is going to be a bit long, but believe me, you guys will be benefited. Just bear with me. And in hue section, you basically change the colors here, right? You can see in this red channel there is pink to yellowish something and to orange. So if you like slide this red channel to the left, look at this color. Okay, alright, look at this, it becomes pink. And if you go up, it will be orange. And for orange, if you slide this, it will be pink. And if you go up, it will be lemon yellowish. And for yellow, if you go down, it will be a slight pink, light pink, and if you go up, it will be greenish yellow. And for green, if you go left, there is no green, I guess. Yes, there is no green. And for aqua, if you go up, alright, if you go left, it will be cyan, and if you go up, it will go teal maybe. And for blue, it's more prominent, cyan and violet. For purple, there is no purple present in my image, no magenta. So what I do, I will just slightly go to this area. Maybe this color is this is looking good here. I like it. And yes, that is it basically. And for colors, you have this block and you have everything right here. So same thing. And if you click on PW, it will turn your image in black and white 100%, and it will give you a detail control, so that you can control the luminance of each and every area, each and every colors present in this image. So yes, I'm happy with this HSL. So before and after. With HSL only, we can get this kind of detail, right? Before and after. Now for split tonings is basically to push colors in your highlights and your shadow part. So you can see highlights and shadow, and if you click on this, you'll get this. So I have blues in my highlights, so what I'll do, I'll pick some blue from here. Obviously be careful with the saturation. Look at this, be careful with the saturation, be really careful with the saturation. So I'm just pushing a bit of blue on my highlights. Don't overdo it, it can ruin your image. It has that power. Alright, and for shadow, I'm just picking a warm color. Alright, this is too much. This color, this is good right there. But maybe more. Alright, so split toning, before and after. Alright, in detail section, you have sharpness, sharpening, and noise reduction. So I have a bit of noise going on through my image. So what I'll do, I'm not touching the sharpness. I'm not touching the sharpness. I'll just boost my noise reduction a bit. Just to remove the, and I'll crank up the detail obviously. Yep, that is good there. And if you think your image is too soft, you can just add a bit of sharpness, just a bit, like 35 maybe, and mask it all the way up. Or you can press Alt and click on mask, and if you slide this up, it will say, you will see this. So what it basically means, the highlight part, the white outlines, are those parts those are getting affected with this sharpening. So I'm just leaving it there. 90 is good. So again, before and after, you can see noise before. Yes, noise all over the image, all over the sky. And after, boom, no noise, easy. Alright, for lens correction, I always enable this, I always check this. And if you see that your image is getting more light when you enable your chromatic aberration and profile correction, just leave it, don't click it, just leave it, don't click it. It's okay to correct your lens distortion, but it is not mandatory, or it is not the hard and fast thing to do. Alright, lens correction is done. And for transform, alright, you can transform this vertically or horizontally like this. I'm not going to do that because I'm good with my image, so I'm just going to turn this off. And for effects, you have vignetting and grain. I like to put post editing grain in my images, so I'll just add a subtle amount of grain, that would be 5 pixels maybe, just a bit, just a tad. And yes, I love to add some vignetting. -10 is good, and I'll go down to the midpoint, feather 100% and highlights 100. Cool. Alright, and there is camera calibration. No need of touching this part right now, as it is a basic tutorial for Lightroom. And yes, that is basically it with the editing part of my image. And yes, that is it. You can achieve alright, let me just show you before and after. I don't know how to show it. Alright, yes, before and after. So you can see we just used these sliders to make this photograph from this. So that is it basically. I hope you liked my video. If you do, let me know in the comment section, and subscribe my channel, like my video, share this video with your friends if you find this helpful. And yes, till then, take care, bye, and I'll see you guys on my next tutorial. Peace out.